We talked about this earlier in the show, but I want to touch more on a casual reminder that almost 20% of Trump supporters wish the slaves hadn't been freed. That is right, America. Making America great again. Donald Trump has created a coalition of the insane and the racist, and it seems to be working out.
I'm doing my Donald Trump
huge
faces.
for him.
Have
What's
you seen it though?
Let me just crush you, Marco Rubio. That's what he did in the debate. He said, "Let me just get in here," and then I crushed him. Anyway,
he's like, "You've hired no one."
That was glorious. So this is a recent poll.
No one.
Check this out. This is pretty interesting. This is a poll from The Economist, which says that a third of Mr. Trump's backers believe that Japanese internment during World War II was a good idea. Now, the YouGov data also showed that nearly 20% of Donald Trump's voters disagreed with the freeing of the slaves in southern states after the Civil War. Now, only 5% of Marco Rubio's voters shared that view. So Donald Trump has got the racists on lock.
I mean, I'm sorry. The fact that people in the Republic, 5%, which
20% is absurd.
Yeah, but 5% is absurd.
Yeah.
5% of a million.
2016?
5% of a million people.
50,000.
50,000 people believe that slavery is okay.
Like that they think that there should still be slaves.
In 2016. I mean, Donald Trump, you're talking about almost 200,000 people.
I mean, what's great about that study
of a million
is they actually, I mean, that's probably one of the better ways that you can get a pulse on how many racists are still out there.
There are a lot. They're
20% of likely Donald Trump voters think there should be.
I'm sorry. I'm not even surprised by this. And you know why I'm not surprised? Because you look at just look at the news, right? And look at what's happening in this country. You have Laquan McDonald shot 16 times by police for no reason in particular. Walter Scott running from the police gets shot. Dylan Roof walks into a black church and shoots 9 people, right? Eric Garner gets choked to death by like 10 cops in Staten Island.
No charge.
Right? Sandra Bland, another example, right? We can go on. The list is so long. The list is so long. Trayvon Martin.
Yep.
Right? The list is long.
As an aside, Trayvon Martin is going to be a name that goes down in history someday, I think.
Oh,
I mean, it was really like
all these gentlemen.
The story.
Sometimes just like Emmett Till, like sometimes and I hate to say this because it's crazy to even think about this, but some people, they don't know the impact of their lives until the day that they die. And they died too soon. They're gone way too soon. Yep. Trayvon Martin was gone way too soon. Laquan McDonald had his whole life ahead of him. I mean, Michael Brown, whatever the situation might be, was getting ready to go to college. Right? Their whole lives were ahead of them, but they have become a martyr to expose racism and institutional racism and racism in the police and racism in our criminal justice system and racial policies like the crime bill of 1994, right? To show all that there's so much racism in our system that we have got to stand up and root it out. And it's not only black people saying this is bull. We need white people and white Republicans to be like, this is a problem.
Yeah, just acknowledge the facts.
But
we're coming up on the break, folks.
Donald Trump's people, they don't believe in it. 20%.
20%.